And please welcome Belinda, Carroll.
They told me backstage, they were like, okay, so this is the deal. We have to switch from the cordless microphone to the corded microphone because they were running out of batteries. And I was like, I've been a lesbian for 30 years. I could have told you that. That's, I mean, who doesn't bring extra batteries to a party? You know what I mean? It's very rude. That's why lesbians love Costco, because you can get the whole thing for like $1, and then you're set. But then they're called like electricity batteries, and you're like, what the hell is that? And they last for like a day. It's bad. I wore this outfit, and I was very nervous about the show because, you know, like the pandemic, you do a show like once every like month now, and so I was like, oh, I'm gonna dress up, I'm gonna like really do it, you know. And so I decided to wear this outfit, and then I was backstage and took a selfie and realized I just looked like Snow White after the divorce. Like the prince just got caught fucking Mulan, so she had to move back in with the dwarves and take up her old job. It's not going well. I brought notes out with me because I quit drinking 6 years ago, but I still smoke pot. And so, because I wasn't ready to give up fun. I was like, okay. And so I brought my notes out. I am so excited to see everybody out. I was really paranoid during the pandemic because I was like, it's just like I woke up one morning and was suddenly the protagonist in a Russian novel. I was like, what? I was like my priorities totally changed. Like I wanted a girl with like a nice 401k and a nice like 5-year plan. And then I was just like, do you know how to skin a squirrel? I need that right now. I tried to date via Zoom. Did anybody try to do that? It's like Snapchat without getting naked or anything. You're just like, what are we doing here? It's like a business meeting, but yeah, it's a date. It's very strange. I was not a big fan of that. So I lost a bunch of weight before the pandemic, and then I gained it back kind of during the pandemic, which I'm really grateful about because I realized that I was losing too much weight because white guys started hitting on me. And it sounds really good at first. And I remember the day it happened too because I was getting out of my minivan at the Arco station. And this dude ran like 20 feet to open a door for me, which sounds really nice. But the thing is, I'm a lesbian. So this is like developing a superpower I never wanted. Just like the ability to just like manifest a shit ton of cilantro for no reason. It's like, well, what do I do with this much cilantro? And then for 80% of the population, cilantro is a fine garnish. But for 20% of the population, that shit tastes like soap. And it's always trying to get my taco. It's an extremely frustrating situation. Was that too far to go for a pun? I came down from Portland today, and apparently there was a game. The reason I know there was a game is because there was like 5,000 Dodge Ram trucks with flags flying out the back, and a big O on the back of their truck. Can we redirect the attention of people that fly the like cop flag, Trump flag into just sports ball? Could we do that? We'd be like, look, you'll be just as cool. We're gonna put 2 flags, different flags, and you'll be, no? Okay. Yes, thank you. I'm worried about the world. I read the other day, so I read the other day that at my age, I should have $785,000 saved for my retirement. I was like, is that pesos? What is happening? I don't even have $785. Like, my credit score sounds like you need to smoke pot. Like, it's not good. I was like, I didn't realize until I got older that I could have married for money. I was like, oh, why didn't I do that? I'm like, integrity, that's overrated. When you're looking down the barrel of your electricity bill. I'm just kidding. It's been a weird week. It's been a weird week because I ended up in a bar. Christmas Eve, Halloween. So we did the Halloween thing, and so I was doing a show for a Halloween show, and I was in the bathroom at the bar, and something I'm not used to now because of the pandemic is bathroom talkers. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. They sit in the other stall and then they want to like tell you everything about themselves. Oh yes. And so she's going on and on. Her boyfriend's a real asshole. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And I have to be nice to her because I'm about to be on stage. I don't want her to be like, you know. And so I'm like, okay. And so so we're at the sink. And so we get at the sink at the same time. And then she goes into the stream with me. And I was like, we don't know each other that well, you know. And then she looks at me and she goes, do you know Chris? And I was like, do I even know Chris? And then I realized she was asking me if I had crystal methamphetamine. Yeah, I know. I was really offended for like 1 second. But then I thought, am I thin enough to have a regular source of crystal methamphetamine? Ma'am, you have no idea how hard I've worked for this moment. Very, very good. We're having brunch next week. We're best friends now. She gives me life advice. It's going very well. I don't know what I want in dating, so everybody's going through. Do we have any polyamorous people? Yeah. That is funnier than anything I've ever said in my life. Did you hear her? She goes, yeah.
I didn't say anything, but I'm right here, and I'm polyamorous.
Yay! Are you? So see, that's the thing. They want their own parade. Me. Are you solo polyamorous? Or are you partnered polyamorous? Are you solo for now, partnered later?
No.
That's called dating.
No. I don't want that in my house.
You don't want that in your house?
Yeah.
Well, that was...
Solo.
All right, then. I feel like polyamory is funny because it feels like a very exhausting game of musical chairs. I don't know what's going on. I was dating like 3 people at the same time for a while, and I accidentally texted one of them something, and then suddenly that was an issue. And I was like, but aren't we polyamorous? Isn't everybody okay with everything? She's like, well, I don't want to know about it. And I was like, I don't think that's polyamorous. I think that's just you being mad at me all the time. You get it. I don't like, I'm a top, which is like weirds people out because I'm all femmy too. It either weirds them out or they're roll into it. It just depends. But I don't necessarily want to be like a daddy. I want to be like a fun aunt. Like, can I be? That's what I want to be in the relationship. Like, I want a couple that's like real together. Like, they have like a house and shit. Like all the shit I don't have. Like, I want to have a house and like a boat and shit. And then I just come over and I go, hey! And then I just like do them. And then I leave. And then I go on about my own life. And they have talks about their feelings or whatever those people are doing. That's been the best part of being single, I'm telling you what, is just not talking about my feelings to somebody all the fucking time. Joyful, I'm telling you. And if it's not, you won't even know because I'm not going to fucking tell you. So... you don't even need to know what I'm thinking. I went to the South. I don't know why I went to the South when I could have just gone to Eagle Creek, Oregon. I went to the South and I was like, no. this looks like sisters. I don't understand. I don't even know if I've left the state. But it's fun. It was very, very fun. I had a very good time. I had a lot of conversations with people. And one of the conversations that I got to have with somebody in like BFE, Mississippi too, which was more gratifying, is this woman, and she goes, I was against the same-sex marriage thing because, y'all can't get married because it's against the Bible. And I was like, ma'am, if God thought homosexuality was such a big deal, don't you think he would have put it in the top 10? Right? Instead, it's in Leviticus, which is the glamour magazine part of the Bible. It's like no shellfish, no mixed fibers, no white shoes after Labor Day. It's just like, I don't get it. Like, and then I used to sing at straight weddings, like in the early 2000s, and I never saw a dude in the back going like, I owe her dad 40 shekels and 3 goats. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Just not happening. And I didn't want to get into with her the fact I date trans people because I thought it would blow her fucking mind. I was just like, oh, we're gonna keep this. This is the thing. My family's like, I came out when I was 15, and so my family my niece called me because I posted on Facebook I had a date, and I was like, oh, he was really nice. This is really great, blah blah. And so she calls me and she's like, him? Did you like switch teams? And I said, no, I didn't switch teams. I just got on a more confusing one. Think of my sex life like soccer. Nobody knows what the fuck is going on until I score. And then there's a riot. I don't know why. I have no idea. That was the most unintelligible heckle I've ever had. And I did shows in Coos Bay, so that's I've been down there. Good Lord, I'm telling you what. I've been trying to date. I've been trying to get back into dating. I'm a little too sensitive to bullshit now. That's the one thing. Like I get halfway through the date and I'm like, nope. But I met somebody and I was like, oh, maybe this is gonna go on like a third date. You know what the third date is? No panties date. And so I was like, oh, but this is the thing is that it's been a pandemic. So this shit looks like the yard around an abandoned building. Just the grass is all overgrown. There's like 2 pit bulls fighting for no reason. There's a broken down Camaro. It's just Kaiser Salem. You know what I mean? Just kind of that. Kind of look. Yeah, so I got to shore it up. I got to figure it out because, like, I'm 45 now, and I accidentally hit on a 23-year-old the other day, and she said, "Well, don't you think that would be a little May, December?" And I was like, "It's mid-October at the very latest. Like, what do you?" So I'm gonna stop. I mean. We all knew I was going to become a cougar. That's not even a question, right? I mean, I was dancing with somebody the other day, and I was like, what's going on? And then I realized, I was like, oh, I'm the fun mom now. Fantastic. I developed the biggest crush in the history of crushes during the pandemic on Rachel Maddow, the lesbian news anchor. I never thought that I'd be in a hotel room masturbating to MSNBC. She's the hottest. So anyway, I wrote a song about her. Does everybody want to hear it? One day I was watching MSNBC. I saw a short haircut and oh, Lordy be. Rachel Maddow, your interview skills out of sight. I just want to occupy you every night. You state an opinion that I like. I feel like I've been hit by a mandated airstrike. Rachel Maddow, you make this girl wanna cry. You get me going with Gaza Strip and Palestine. So Rachel, if you ever want a bone, I'll supply you with my unmanned drone. Rachel Maddow, you make politics a lot of fun. And even in a recession, I still want to give you some. Thank you. I mean every word of that song, too. Except for I really want her to be able to go on location again because it makes me feel like we're role-playing. I wish that was a joke. She's been married for 27 years. That feels like it's going to work out. I'm like, do you stay single just for the widow? After, you're like, I'll hang out for another. Anyway, I just bought a weighted blanket. This is where we're at. I got a weighted blanket, and then I realized that they're actually 20 pounds. Like I ordered the 20 pounds one, and I was like, oh yeah. And so the guy was standing at the end of my stairs like this, and then it said, "Sleep in a hug," on the side. Like nothing is more single than sleep in a hug. And so I get it upstairs. I'm like, oh. And so, yeah, so now I just don't make my bed because I don't have time to work out. I got an email from somebody that was like, oh, you're coming to the South. And she's like, I'm doing they said I could go as long as I want. That's what they said. No, I'm just keeping you here for 4 hours. No, I'm just going to do this and I'll get out of here. But no, I got an email from somebody and she was like, it's the subject was homosexuality studies, sociology. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm open to that. And so it was a woman that was like, somebody's talking about Oklahoma. It was a woman that was going to University of Oklahoma, and she was doing a sociology study on an alternate lifestyle that wasn't hers. She picked homosexuality. And then she said, but I don't know any gays. But I found out you were coming to town, and I Googled you, and you seem to be a prominent gay. So I would like to follow you around for 4 days and study your lifestyle. And I was like, am I on Discovery Channel's Wild Kingdom? Tonight in the Natural Habitat. Lesbians at the gay bar. If you look closely, the one in makeup and high heels is using her bright plumage and shots of liquor to encourage the masculine one, or the bull dyke, into the traditional mating dance of the North American lesbian, the electric slide. Unlike the rare and elusive counterpart, the gay male couple, the lesbians will now go into extreme hibernation, only to emerge during the next breakup or the next gay pride parade, whichever comes first. I've been Belinda Carroll. You guys have been so great. Thank you so much. And I just want to give it up for Leanne Jashway for doing this event, because it takes a lot of work to do something like this. And I want to give it up for Trish Plenna, because I haven't seen her in a long time, and all your comics. Thank you so much. We'll see you next year.
Keep it going for Belinda Carroll. Keep it going for all our comedians tonight. Emily Jackson.